Alright, so now I'm going to do week 2, lesson 2, 3, and 4, starting off with problem 4. Find intersections of x squared plus y equals 6 and x plus y equals 4. So, here's what we know. We know that this is actually a reverse parabola. That means it'll go something like this. And this line, which is also equals to y equal negative x plus 4, should go somewhere between here. So we must find the intersection points here and here. But how do we do this? Well, we gotta do a quadratic equation. So if we make both of these equations equal to y, we find that y equals x, or negative x squared plus 6. And this one is y equals negative x plus 4. If we put this into the quadratic formula, x squared, or preparation for the quadratic formula, we get this. So now we plug it into the quadratic equation, which is equal to x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So plug in the problem here. X equals 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 squared plus 8 over 2 times a, which is 2. So if we solve this, we get 1 plus or minus the square root of 9, which is also equal to 3 over 2. So let's solve. So if x, 1 plus 3 over 2, x equals 2. And 1 minus 3, oh, I'm sorry, hold on. 1 plus 3, oh no, I was correct. 1 plus 3 is 4 over 2 equals 2. And then 1 minus 3 is negative 2, which equals negative 1. So now, let's go ahead and plug in. Now let's go ahead and plug this into the equations. So if x equals, so if we keep solving this here, we find that plugging the x into the equation, 2 squared is 4 times a negative 1, negative 4 plus 6 equals 2. So when x equals 2, y also equals 2. And now let's find for when x equals negative 1. Okay, so y equals negative 1 plus 4. Negative times a negative makes positive. 1 plus 4 equals 5. So when x equals negative 1, y equals 5. So let's see if this makes sense. Negative 1 over 5 here, and 2 over 2 here. That is our intercept points. Alright, now let's do lesson 3 of problem 8. We need to find 6 trigonometric functions that corresponds to the angle pi over 6. So let's draw a triangle here. We know that the theta angle is equal to pi over 6. But how do we get this? C squared equals a squared plus b squared. C squared equals 1 squared plus the square root of 3 squared. Square root cancels out. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 plus 3 equals c squared. Therefore, c equals 2. So, let's go to solve. We know that sine pi over 6 is equivalent to 1/2, so that's one answer there. Cosine of pi over 6 equals square root of 3 over 2, another answer there. Tangent of pi over 6 equals 1 over square root of 3. So now let's do the opposite equations. Let's start off with cosecant, which is also pi over 6 equals 2 secant pi over 6 equals 1 over six equals 2 over the square root of 3. And finally, cotangent pi over 6 equals 1 tan pi over 6, which also equals the square root of 3. So here are all the different answers. Okay, now let's solve the final problem in lesson 4, which in my opinion is one of the easiest because it involves basic algebra, and I love algebra. So here's what we gotta do. We have to factor this here. In order to factor this, we have to multiply both sides by the opposite of the numerator. So x plus 5, that stays the same, but instead of a minus 3, it's going to be a plus 3. Let's do it again here. X minus 4 times x plus 5 plus 3. If we multiply these two sides here, we're left with x plus 5 minus 9 over x minus 4 and x plus 5 plus 3. Combine like terms on the top, and we find out that x is equivalent to minus 4. So take out this, we're left with 1 over x plus 5 plus 3. So now let's plug in 4. Plug in 4 to this equation. 4 plus 5 is 9. The square root of 9 is 3, so 1 over 3 plus 3 is equal to 1/6. So that is your limit.